So we're doing two videos in a row about something as shallow as my looks. Because I finally got something I've wanted to get for a while, which is like an electric face scrubber. I've had one before and it wasn't very good. I think I paid like $20 or $30 for it, and it just always felt like it was running on fumes, like it was going to just fall apart any second. It was a pretty much direct to landfill kind of thing. And I finally put down some more bucks. I think I ended up paying like $80 for like a really nice face scrubber, and I kind of already feel a difference in my pores. I probably don't look that much different yet. And you might have not even noticed, because I think that genetically I was given pretty decent skin. Even like my acne phase wasn't horrible. I got bad acne around my mouth, which was really embarrassing. A lot of people thought it was the herpes. When I was a teenager. But besides that, my face has been pretty good for the most part throughout my life. The only thing that stinks still is just my pores. And I mean, it's probably mostly due to my own stuff. I am a side sleeper, so your nose gets pushed into the pillow all night. And I haven't really had a big skincare routine throughout most of my life because, I didn't grow up needing it. I think that might be one of the only benefits to having terrible acne when you're young. You get in the habit of, I'm going to wash my face every morning and every night. Yeah, my pores have been pretty darn clogged. And similar to what I was talking about with the hair, I almost feel like your pores carry your problems with you. They carry around things. And so when you scrub them out, you really clean them out. You're really removing all those negativity. I'm really trying to force this metaphor really hard, but I kind of ran it into the ground with the last video. But my pores feel pretty nice right now. The main thing is that I can, like when they're particularly bad, I can squeeze my face, and I've heard it said that it looks like ramen noodles are coming out of your face, which is very, very gross and kind of true. Yeah, I just want to get back to taking care of my skin. Or get back to. I think I want to start taking care of my skin, is a better way to put it. I feel like I've maybe obsessed over my skin for like a couple weeks at a time and then gone away from it, like I do with most big changes that I try to make in my life. You get onto it really hard, you do this like crash regimen, and then you just kind of drop it after a little while. Leaves you feeling pretty, I don't know, like a lot of things. It leaves you feeling pretty, like you're kind of stuck in a loop, and that you're doomed to fall back onto your natural habits. I really want to read this book I started a while ago called The Path of Least Resistance. I started reading it back in 2019, and what I didn't like about it was that the opening chapter basically states the thesis of the book, which is that we're always going to fall back onto the path of least resistance. And I didn't like that idea, because I'm like, well, my path of least resistance, isn't that me being a complete lazy bum? I think that no, that's not what it was going for. I think the message that it would have given me had I kept reading it was, okay, but how do we make our natural instincts better? How do we set up the groundwork for our natural instincts to be more positive? Yeah, and I don't know how to do that, so I probably need to read that book again. Yeah, we're always going to fall back onto our natural instincts. It does take a long time to build up a habit, and even when we do, have you ever heard like the whole 3 weeks thing and then it's a habit? Fine, maybe it does become more natural after 3 weeks, but I feel like for the rest of my life, the tendency will always be to fall back on worse habits. Another thing that makes your skin not so great is coffee, because it's a big diuretic and it drains all the fluid out of your face. And I was off caffeine completely for not very long last year, and my skin started looking really, really nice. It was at a time when I wasn't filming, of course, so there is no video proof of it. But yeah, it keeps you hydrated. I've done a crazy. Anybody ever heard of the crazy vegan fad that was going on 10 years ago? That was like you eat 30 bananas a day, in smoothie form, of course, and that's pretty much all that you're eating. I did that for a day, maybe two, and my skin was glowing. I felt awful. My stomach felt ridiculous, and going to the bathroom was an experience that I cannot even describe to you. But yeah, bananas, foods with a lot of liquid in them, will hydrate you pretty well. It's interesting how nature kind of rewards you for finding stuff that's good for you. with good aesthetic. I mean, there really is a direct link. Sometimes there are outliers. My mom was just talking about how like Sydney Sweeney, gorgeous star of HBO shows, like apparently is just like addicted to candy and just like always has it with her everywhere, and yet she can still look the way that she does. Or did you ever hear about that guy who ate nothing but Chipotle for like 30 or 60 days and he was like, man, I feel great, and he's like in pretty good shape? Frustrating. But then again, there are ways that I'm genetically gifted that I have to keep remembering. I think that I mean, the fact that I can't gain a single flipping pound no matter how much food I eat, I mean, that frustrates me, but I'm sure there were some people that would take my situation instead of theirs in a heartbeat. I really do have a lot of genetic gifts that I just want to always remember. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any of the other ones. I don't know what are genetic gifts in my personality and what are just like, what are just things that I've developed over the years. I mean, your current state is very nature and nurture at the end of things. I want to say that my sense of humor is a big genetic gift because most of the people in my family are pretty humorous in a similar way to what I am. But, you know, I've definitely developed more of an alien kind of personality as I've gotten older. No, that's not true. I've always been an alien inside of me. I just have embraced it as I've grown up.